One of the very big themes in the book is you have to keep going. You can never, ever quit. The question was asked, and we decided to write a big thing on it, why do entrepreneurs fail? What's the number one reason? And essentially it's because they give up, they quit. They don't have that stick-to-itiveness. And if you look at successful people, unless they were very lucky and born into it, the people that don't quit, that never, ever give up, those are the ones that ultimately become successful. Now, Robert, you need great ideas and you need all of the other obvious things, but you can never quit. You can never, ever give up.
Right. So when we got together, we said, let's make it really simple. And so the Midas touch is basically your 5 fingers here. And the thumb is what Mr. Trump is talking about. This is strength of character. I mean, you and I both have had our trials and tribulations, and I'm sure
everybody has.
Everybody
has. No matter how great an entrepreneur, no matter how successful, everybody has gone through. I can name the top 10 deal makers, and every one of them have made bad deals. They've had failure, and it makes them smarter. It makes them better.
This is focus.
Right.
You know, we stay on target. The index finger, focus, stands for follow one course until successful. That's what you don't quit. You know, we stay until we've got it.
Absolutely.
And you write about this in your book. Is sometimes how many years did it take to bring a project to market? I mean,
sometimes takes many, many years, and you're told at the beginning, don't even do it. I just did one in Scotland. I was told there's no chance of ever getting it zoned. The largest dunes in the world, we call them the Great Dunes of Scotland, and they were environmentally protected. It was impossible to develop. I bought the site. I paid very little because it had no zoning whatsoever, and then I got it zoned. But everybody said that would be impossible. But it took me 4 years. It's a long time and a lot of money.
And what else he did was you went and actually made the environment better, you know, by building, you know, making a better environment for all things.
That's right. Many of the people that were totally opposed to this, couldn't even think of it, have now looked at it and said, you know, I think this is better than it used to be. Right. It's beautiful. Right. And so we're very happy about that.
And so this is it. You stay focused. Most people quit. You know, when going gets tough, you quit. Well, you
Fortunately, I'm very happy about that because it makes life easier for us.
Yes.
We don't quit.
No. What you stand for. And this means your brand. And when you see the Trump brand, there is no questioning it. I love, I mean, I told you this morning on Fox, it really changed my life. You said, you only want the best. I went, and when he said that, I thought all the times in my life, I kind of buy the cheap stuff, or, you know, I don't go for the best. So the Trump brand is, I'm the best. It is the best. And you don't want anything else besides that, right?
That's right. I like the best, and it's just the way it is. Now, not everybody has to have that exact philosophy on that one. There is leeway. You can't always build the best house because you have people that are making $20,000 a year. They want to have a house. You're not going to build the best house. But you want to keep it really good, and you want to keep your reputation going, and you're going to sell a lot of different things. So the best is sort of a very fungible word, but nevertheless, it is the best.
Right. This finger here, the ring finger, is relationships. And we all know how important relationships are. And as we say in this book, you can't do a good deal with a bad partner. That also means a person could be a good person, but not a good partner. And I think it's one of the mistakes that many people make is they go into business with kind of friends and all this, but they're not the right mix and not the right partner.
I've seen it so many times, Robert, where people, they go to high school. I see it with athletes even, where they take their high school roommate or their high school best friend, and he ends up, you know, managing the funds. And then after 3 or 4 or 5 years, the athlete realizes his career is now over. Let's say he's an NFL guy or a basketball player. They don't have a long life in terms of sports. And he's got no money. The money's been either stolen or squandered. So they're friends. That's the good news. The bad news is they've just totally dissipated everything. And this happens so much, and it's very sad to see it.
Right. Well, it's, you know, it's one of this relationship thing. I remember talking to you, you know, when we're going through this book. And you said something, you said, by this time at our age, we should know who our partners are.
Right.
You know? And for the young people out there, you know, it's like marriage and all this. You kiss some frogs, they don't turn into princesses and all these things. But by our age, I think our greatest asset are our partners. You know, I'll do a deal with a partner, whereas I'm sure you get solicited a lot. People will call me up and say, da 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 da. I said, yeah, but I don't know you. You know, how long is it going to take to get to know you? It's not worth it to me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, you know, I had an interesting case, and I'll use his name because he's a great guy and a great friend of mine. He's a fantastic guy. He owns the New England Patriots, Bob Kraft, and he showed up to my office sometime a few months ago and just walked in, no appointment, no anything. I said, hey, Bob, what are you doing here? He said, I just came up to see you. I said, oh, I didn't know that. Let me see. No appointments. I said, oh, why'd you do that? He goes, you know, I'm at a point in my life, I'm very successful, I have a great team, I have money. I only like certain people. And I only want to deal with people that I like. I want to sit with you, I want to sit with some others, but for the most part, I don't need to go and be with people that I don't want to be with or that I don't like and will never like. And I thought it was really cool. I thought that was an experienced guy, tremendous guy. The job he's done with the New England Patriots has been amazing, one of the great sports franchises. But I tell the story because I never thought of it that way. He said, I don't need to be dealing with people that I don't want to be with. I want to be with you, I want to be with some others. And I thought it was very smart in thinking about it.
Right. And so that's what the ring finger is. And as my friend, you have guided me about my last partner and my last attorney. And Mr. Trump has looked at my partners and my attorney and says, you better get new friends. And, you know, you've been very blunt about it, but it's also been useful, you know, because so many of us sometimes spend time with people that are, in times, valuable. And that's what I want to say about that. So it's the ring finger. And then the little finger stands for the little things that you do that make the big difference. For example, every great entrepreneur does something exceptionally well. You call it your niche. But you look at Federal Express, they did it overnight, and they built the entire company around the promise of overnight delivery. Mm-hmm. Domino's Pizza, you know, nobody likes waiting for pizza, and they built the entire business around pizza in 30 minutes. And so every entrepreneur has something that's unique to their character that they do better than everybody else. And you do the best. I mean, you're known throughout the world for the best real estate. You know, we were just in Sydney and Melbourne, Australia,
right. That's
and
right.
This woman from the Philippines says, I'm buying in the Philippines
That's
from
right.
you, right?
We're doing a great job in the Philippines, and we have great buildings all over the world. And I turn down many different deals if they're not the best or can't be the best, or clubs or whatever it may be. That's just my thing. I mean, that's what I do, and I have a lot of fun doing it. But one of the things when Robert uses this finger, a lot of that is all in the details. You've got to be into the details, because if you're not, they'll come back to haunt you. So oftentimes, you know, life is in the details. Well, business also is in the details. You have to be very careful. You have to watch the dotted I's, because you can really lose tremendously if you don't watch those details. So we discussed that, and as Robert likes to say, probably more than I do, that's the little finger. But it's all about the details. It's very important.
Right.